from Larry Summers to Geithner to the Fed chair. They're all Goldman Sachs. I mean, it is brought to you by Goldman Sachs, and they don't care if you're angry. They don't care if you're upset. They're going to throw it in your face. So, see, everything that these presidents now say in these disgusting press dinners is a in-your-face, rub your face in it. That's what they're doing. And they rub the face of their enemies in this arrogance. They know exactly what they are doing. Now, going back to Faisal Shahzad, who has been arrested, and they're saying he's the prime suspect, and there's supposedly 8 men arrested in Pakistan, but you can't believe anything the Pakistani government says. You talk about a barrel of snakes. I mean, it's one of the most corrupt governments on earth. So corrupt, the globalists gave them nukes. They're like, wow, you're evil. Here, we'll just give you some nukes. And you know, to menace India. It's all part of balkanization. We've got to attack Iran. Someday they might get a nuke. There's no evidence of that, but we've got to attack them. Meanwhile, Pakistan, just a few hundred miles away, has a whole bunch of nukes and medium-range missiles that can deliver them more than 3,000 kilometers. They can get their missiles off the ground. They can get their missiles into orbit. North Korea can't do that. Pakistan can. Smart folks over there. And see, the smarter the government, the smarter the people they have to pull from, the more evil. Why do you think the globalist system based out of Europe and the United States and England is so evil? Because they've got their you-know-what together. You get evil people into power, and they expand their empires. Now, what I do know is there's non-stop fear-mongering. In fact, cue that Bloomberg clip up again. I want to play it again in a moment. Bloomberg on CBS News last night saying he believes that someone in the Tea Party probably did this. If he had to bet, he would say it was a Tea Party or anti-Obama person. Think about that. And I have another article here that Kurt Nimmo wrote for Infowars.com where he links to scores of supposed left-wing George Soros-type funded blogs. Left media bloggers blame Times Square bomb on Tea Party. And this was going on May 3rd, yesterday. So the hype is now intensifying. And Bloomberg is out there saying he thinks that Tea Party-type people are behind this. Let's go ahead and play that clip.
Law enforcement officials don't know who left the Nissan Pathfinder behind, but at this point, the mayor believes the suspect acted alone. If I had to guess 25 cents, this would be exactly that. Somebody who's homegrown, maybe a mentally deranged person or somebody with a political agenda that doesn't like the health care bill or something. It could be anything.
There you go. And so remember that, America. When there are terror attacks in this country, the system is going to do whatever it can to blame it on Americans that support the Constitution. You could be anti-war and you want war declared and you don't want to aggressively, preemptively invade a country. They're going to imply you're a terrorist. Or you could be a constitutionalist against the Patriot Act. Or a constitutionalist who wants to control our borders and our sovereignty. They're going to call you a racist and a terrorist. You could be against the government taking over health care. By the way, I've got articles here from all over the nation. In fact, I think you took that article out of here where the levy official, who we're going to get on tomorrow, said that he was in a meeting with FEMA and they admitted this insurance that they're forcing everybody to buy, this flood insurance, is simply just a bailout to the insurance companies that they've been ordered to do it. Will you bring that article back in? Thanks, because it was here in my stack. The point is that anybody who opposes the out-of-control looting that is going on at every level of society, anyone who is against that is going to be labeled a terrorist or a racist or a criminal. And that is the essence of tyranny. When the government starts demonizing citizen opposition to legislation and laws and implying that you are evil and dangerous if you oppose it and that you're going to carry out terror attacks, you better believe the government, owned by foreign offshore banks criminally, fraudulently, is getting ready to frame you. And listening to Fox News, listening to CNN, just randomly driving in this morning on XM, it was the same script. They had Congressman Israel on Fox saying it's a new way of life in America. We've got to give our rights up. Things have changed. Get ready for more of this. Same stuff we heard within 20 minutes of 9/11. The exact same talking point of it's a new world order. We've got to give up our liberties now. That's just the way it is. You see the preconditioning immediately. And then I tuned over to CNN, and they were saying, citizens are scared. We talked to this New York mother who says she's afraid to go out now. And it's just so frightening, and she doesn't know when the terrorists are going to hit. Even if the terrorism is real, and most of it isn't. You got a better chance of being struck by lightning twice, literally. You've got a many better times chance of drowning. Thousands of times better chance of dying in a car wreck. Or having a tree fall on you. Or dying in an earthquake. I mean, it's ridiculous. You've got the media just squeezing every ounce of fear and hyperventilation out of it they can and just constantly talking about, oh, thank God the authorities saved us. Not public servants. The authorities, the officials. What would we do without them? What would we do? We're in so much danger. Oh.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Coming up in about 3 minutes, we're going to start simulcasting the balance of this syndicated radio transmission at prisonplanet.tv. For prisonplanet.tv members and viewers, I want to thank all of the members of prisonplanet.tv. There have been some big new developments in the Times Square failed bombing. An arrest has been made of Faisal Shahzad, and we're going to be going over that. Also, we have a CBS News report where a sheriff's deputy says, well, I wasn't here as a tourist in Times Square. I was here and witnessed what happened because I had been here earlier for a training. And so we need to investigate what type of drill they specifically had. So we're going to be talking about that with Mike Riviero and playing that clip here in just a moment. We've got Paul Watson at prisonplanet.com doing a story. Marty, we'll talk to you again soon. Give us your legendary limerick for today.
There was a young fellow named Hall who fell in the spring in a fall. 'Twould have been a sad thing had he died in the spring, but he didn't. He died in the fall.
Marty Schachter, you are a character. God bless you and have a great week.
Thank you, Alex.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us today. We are going to be joined here in a moment via video Skype from Hawaii with Mike Riviero, who's a Genesis radio host and also has the excellent news website, whatreallyhappened.com. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm Alex Jones with prisonplanet.tv and infowars.com. There has been an arrest that has been made of a Faisal Shahzad, who reportedly is a naturalized citizen who had traveled back to Pakistan. And they're saying that he may be behind, he's the main suspect in the failed Mayday truck bomb in Times Square in New York City. Now, the issue here is we have seen the federal government stage other events in the past. Events where the government completely stages the attack or provocateurs groups and allows them to attack, like the U.S. government on record saying they helped the underwear bomber get on the plane and ordered the State Department not to block him getting onto the plane. And we know that a security personnel helped him get on the plane. Witnesses told us this. The FBI denied it. And then later they had to confirm that it was true. That's just another example of the history of this. We know on 7/7 there was a drill being run in London of the exact same trains and exact same bus being bombed the exact same time. We know there were drills in Oklahoma City drills on 9/11. We know that there have been drills in and around staged events in almost every case. Witnesses reported this, and the police later admitted it. The fire department that in Austin, they had their biggest countywide drill ever in the parking lot next door.